Can you hear me? Can you see me? You should be able to. Hopefully you can. So I'm assuming everybody can see me now. Hopefully. All right, so I don't know what happened with the first stream that I made like a few days ago. I don't know, it just wouldn't go live. You gotta go through the Flash Media Encoder here with YouTube to do YouTube Live. So I had to create a whole new event and get that started. And let me get this out of my face. And so I got that up ready. So we're back live, ready to go. I think this countdown timer is close enough to the exact start point. The Apple event will be starting at 12 o'clock Central Time, so that's about 29 minutes away from wherever you are in the world. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Soldier Knows Best live Apple stream. I'm glad that many of y'all could have made it. So I'm looking at y'all in the chat box here. Yes, I see you, Slim74, Rack, Lego Ryan G, all you loyal fans there. And let me see. And so if any reason that you do need to leave, this entire event will be recorded. Then also too, I will be making another video recap like I always do these Apple events, talking about everything and getting everything situated. Let me be right back. Let me tweet it out to everybody that I am going live. I am finally live. I was having some technical difficulties there. But now I am live and ready to go. And let me get my Twitter game up here. And tonight's gonna be a good night. And tonight's gonna be good night. You like that, don't you? You like that. And let me just test out everything here. Make sure I get everything rolling here. And what is that? What is that? Add that. That, and that is live. This is a picture right outside from the event that Apple is, not the event, but the place that Apple's holding the iPad 3 or iPad HD launch, as some people are calling it now. Yeah, so some of the recent news that has came out recently is that, let me delete this. Yep. Is that this haptic feedback that some of the latest, I guess really the last rumor that Apple's going to be adding haptic feedback, maybe possibly to the rear of the iPad, which I think is highly unlikely, but it is very possible they could add it to the screen itself to give you some type of vibration and feeling as you're tapping on things. And then again, this is all still rumors. Everything is a rumor. Everything is a freaking rumor until it finally comes out today. What program am I using for this? Well, YouTube Live, you have to go through the Flash Media encoder, which is not doing my preview of the video for some reason, so I had to work around that last night. But anyway, but I'm using CamTwist to do all these crazy, goofy things, go comic book on you, even though that's not a really good comic book look. I can add even bubbles. Yes, what Apple event is not complete without bubbles? I could do all stuff like that. But I'm using a program called CamTwist. It's Mac only right now. It's free. And you can use that with almost anything like Skype and things like that if you wanted to. Yes, the timer is gone. My bad. My bad. How much time we got left? It's 11:36, so I'll say 23 minutes. I'll just say 23. I'll wait till it gets 27, then I'll add it up. And this countdown is nothing right here. The 51 seconds, just it does that by default. And we'll get this show on the road. It's magical. You're all doomed. I can see clearly now. Come on, hurry up. 11:37. That's what I'm waiting for. All right, it's almost here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. All right, so guys, if you've never been to one of these live streams, how this works is that Apple is not streaming the live event. Sometimes they used to do that in the past, but they're not streaming the live event. So what I'll be doing the dirty work for you guys. I'll be getting pictures, and if somebody does sneaks a video camera inside of the stream, definitely the tech world will find out. And I will try to rebroadcast that for you guys. But we'll be uploading with pictures as they happen. So as soon as Apple announces something or somebody takes a picture from various news sources, I'll get that up for you guys. Do a backflip. I can't do a backflip. Oh, yeah. So somebody said in the chat one about Coney 2012. If you don't know anything about that, I tweeted that yesterday. And so it's just video. It's like a 30-minute long video that I just watched yesterday. It was very, very important. It's very... a really big issue. So Coney 2012, I don't have the exact URL, but I think if you just Google that, you'll see the video. So definitely, if you watch that after this event, after everything, whenever you get a chance, watch that video. It's very, very important. Very, very important. How much will the iPad be? Well, I think the iPad will stay at the same price. I think it'll stay exactly at the same price point. I don't think it'll change. Now, if they do add LTE variants, then of course that's going to be a different price point from the regular 3G iPads that they do offer. So, but I think the base iPad 16 gigabyte Wi-Fi only will still be $500. So you really don't have to worry about that. Does YouTube have screeners? No, YouTube doesn't have any screeners, nothing like that. I need some music here, man, but I don't know about YouTube's old copyright and all that stuff, so I don't know what music that I can play. You want an iPad so much? Yeah, Apple TV, yes, the Apple TV will be more than likely getting refreshed. And some people have looked into the inventories of different places and saw that it will be probably another item that costs about between 30 and 40 bucks. People are kind of speculating what that's going to be. Maybe an iPad case or something, maybe some type of remote control for the Apple TV, but we still don't know exactly what that is yet. And so yeah, so that, and what else? The Apple TV will probably be streaming in 1080p HD now, and I know Apple is trying to work on some deals to kind of make the Apple TV its own kind of television provider or cable provider, offer you certain channels and things like that. So Apple has been probably working on that for years. I don't know whether that's going to happen at this event or not, but that's something that Apple is trying to get it done. Any other colors? Well, if you looked at the, let me see if I can find the invitation. If you looked at the invitation, yeah, let me see. Let me see here. Some epic music here. So if you look at this this invitation here, if you just look at the bottom of it, it does look like it's some type of different color. Some people said it could be just the lighting or something like that, but it does look like it's a different color back there, at least on the rim of it. So we'll still have to wait and see. What about iPods? I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be any iPods at this event. The invitation does says, you know, we got something for you to really have to see and touch. That could be in reference to an iPod Touch because the last update really wasn't an update. I mean, they just changed the colors really. So that could be possible, but I still don't think that. Just like I said in my last video, I don't think they'll want to give you an option between. I don't think people want to give you an option. People laughing at my choice of music. I don't think people want to give you an option to choose whether you want to get an iPod Touch or an iPad. So, no home button. Yeah, that's possible. That's really the biggest mystery, whether it's going to be a home button or not. We still don't know yet for sure on that, but I think something will be going on there. Hello, Sweden. Yes, it's definitely the stream does look a lot better than my first stream I did. So last night I made sure I did a couple test streams to make sure the video quality and everything was up on it. You know, whether it's going to be a home button or not, maybe some type of pressure home button, that's possible. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't mind. I mean, I don't think a lot of people complain about the home buttons. I really don't know why they would change it unless you just want to go for a look, the very, very minimal, you know, amount of buttons on the device that Apple usually wants. But I have no problem with the physical home button. I think I'll probably like that more than a haptic button, to be honest with you. What do you guys think? Yes, I'm very excited about Mountain Lions is coming out this summer. They can keep that price down. It's going to be a must-have for a lot of people. Oh, and where did I get this YouTube jacket from? Well, you can actually, if you want to, you can buy this jacket from, I think it's google.store.com, I believe. But just Google YouTube's clothing store or something, and it should pop up. So we're just about 15 minutes away, guys, from the live stream here. Again, here's a image from outside in San Francisco at the Yerba Buena. I think that's how you say it. Yerba Buena. Is that Buena? Spanish. I think that's Spanish. Center for the Arts. This is a view from outside. So Apple likes to decorate the exterior to give you a nice feeling. And this is a look from outside, all the journalists, the lucky people out there. Beautiful San Francisco. It's like a little bit chilly there. Everybody has their jackets on. It's actually warm out here in St. Louis. Pretty doggone warm. Will Siri be on the iPad? I think so. I think Siri will be on the iPad. It makes no sense why it wouldn't be on the iPad. That's really their big seller. They're still making commercials for it now. I think that it should definitely have Siri. I would see why not. So it'll have to have like an improved microphone with noise cancellation and all that stuff on it, or noise isolation or whatever. What camera would the new iPad have? It will definitely have better cameras than it does to have now. I think the cameras will at least be bumped up to what the iPhone 4 had. It could be the same cameras that are in the iPhone 4S. I don't know if they'll actually do that, but it's possible. But it's going to be a huge improvement to the cameras that they have now. And when I see people taking pictures with the iPad, first, it looks weird. Two, I'm like, these pictures, your cell phone probably takes better pictures than the iPad, but a lot of people still do it. So from a lot of different websites here, hopefully I can get these pictures up if I can find them. But there's many people who've over in China who've gotten the materials of the new iPad, and they look very, very legit. And it does have the camera itself, or the sensor itself, and the lens, everything like that is bigger. So it's going to be a huge improvement on the camera. It should be. And looks like the past couple of days, reports have been coming out about that shipping constraints have been really, really tight. People like Apple is just taking up all the freaking boats and the planes that are shipping the iPads over. And the shipping prices have gone up because Apple is getting all these shipments out worldwide. And so what we'll probably see is that Apple will probably allow us to start taking pre-orders for the iPad starting on Friday. And then we'll be able to go and pick it up from the store. They'll actually start selling them. We can go pick yours up next Friday. So this Friday, pre-orders will probably start, and then the next Friday, we'll be able to go into the store and pick them up. So now, if you already know about Apple's pre-order process, I don't think it'll be like it was for the iPhone. Usually the iPads, hopefully it's not too bad, but yeah, sometimes hopefully the website can stand up to it. Will there be a tactile display? We talked about that earlier. We still don't know for sure yet. It's very possible that it will be. That's one of the rumors that have coming out. And we've seen patents that Apple has had over the past few years with this haptic type of feedback feedback that they've been looking into. We still don't know whether they'll do it yet. But the thing is that, it said we have something for you to see and touch. It's not like this is their first time releasing a touchscreen device, right? The iPad is, it's a touchscreen device. The iPhone, iPod Touch is already touchscreen. So I can see the C part because this is the first time they added a Retina display, very high display on the iPad. But I would think the touch means something more than just the regular touchscreen. Either an iPod Touch or hopefully some type of haptic feedback. Did they have pre-orders for the last iPad? I can't remember. I remember I went and waited in line. I don't know whether they have pre-orders for the last iPad. I can't remember. Yes, the Apple Store is down. So if you go to apple.com and go to the store section, it is down. They normally do that before the event. So they'll be changing it over. And as soon as the event ends, it'll be updated with the brand new stuff from the iPad 3. You'll be able to go watch all the videos and things like that of it. 3D display? I don't think it'll have a 3D display. I don't think Apple is really into the whole 3D game. I don't think they'll have a 3D display. Could it be the long way? No, it's not going to be the iPhone 5. Is there be a camera monitor app? I don't know. I don't think so. I haven't heard anything about that. iOS 6.0, I don't think it will happen because they like to get that out to developers so they can beta test it and do all that stuff for it. But it'll probably be like iOS 5.1 or 2 or whatever it's going to be. I think it's 5.1. And they'll be bringing some updates and bringing some things that you can do with the new iPad. What I think is going to be called, I really like the idea of it being called the iPad HD instead of the iPad 3, but it wouldn't be called the iPad 3 if it's already called the iPad HD. It'll be the iPad 4. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see what they'll do with it. I don't think it'll be like the iPad S. I don't think they'll do something like that. Hopefully not. But I like the sound of iPad HD, but I wouldn't mind 3. Less than 10 minutes away, people. Less than 10 minutes are freaking away. This is a look from inside the venue, the traditional Apple look there, where we'll see the nice Apple logo and a nice little backdrop. Now, one thing definitely Apple will be talking about is they just hit 25 billion applications downloaded in the App Store. I think the app the 25 billionth Apple has cut the rope, the free edition. And I forgot the guy that won it, but he won like $10,000 in iTunes credits or certificates. So, but anyway, yeah, so they'll definitely be talking about that. So if you've never seen one of these events, you know that Apple for the first 15 minutes or so are going to be talking about administrative stuff and their numbers, talk about the sales of the iPhone 4S, and different things like that. And then they'll start getting into the least important stuff. They'll probably talk about the Apple TV first and all that stuff, and then they'll get into the iPad. And then that's where we'll be sitting at our computer screens looking at it for 30, 40 minutes as they talk about stuff, and then talk about stuff that we already know about or they're just really confirming. But then hopefully they'll have that one more thing that will make it, that camera angles from my cinema display, that will make it better. And that one more, I'm drinking my apple juice. This is the beverage of Apple events here on SolarNewsBest.com. And I got a little one more thing in my apple juice here to spice it up. Oh, I'm getting goofy already. This is gonna be a long day. And you'll see probably as this day progresses, I'll be getting more goofier, and as I sit here for 2 hours or more doing this. And right after this, guys, if I will be going on revision 3, I will be doing I'll be Skyping in. We'll be gonna be having a quick little discussion about everything with the iPad with revision 3. So I know it's gonna be Patrick Norton's gonna be there, if you don't know him from TechZilla and Tech TV back in the days. And then some other people as well from the revision 3 camp. So it's gonna be a fun time. Maybe Prager, I know he was there last time. And so right after this event, I'll be hopping over there. I'll tweet out and send out the links for that. And then after that, I'll go into making my recap video. And then after that, I'll get ready for my live show that I do every Wednesday normally at 5 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Pacific time, and 6 p.m. Eastern on Vocal. And I'll be tweeting out that. And if you don't know where that is, just go to vocal.com, and my face should be on there. So it's going to be a long day. It's just going to be live. If you find a live video stream, Apple isn't streaming this video. It isn't streaming the video from the event. So if it is live video, yeah, definitely. And this is a look at the table. This is how interesting we are. The table. There at least you see some iPads or something is up there already. Well, I think that it's probably just laptops that we'll be using for the presentation. Would they make a gray iPad? I don't know what the point would be with a gray iPad. I think it'd be lighter. Well, reports are is actually going to be just a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, because if it is going to have LTE, it's going to need a bigger battery to hold that juice to keep their 10 hours, of battery life that they like. So it'll probably be a little bit heavier, which is again, it's kind of different from Apple. They like to go thinner and lighter. But if it is going to have LTE inside of it and the Retina display, they're going to need a little bit more juice to power that thing. So it'll probably be just a little bit, but it's not going to be that bad. Quad core. The quad core is kind of something that's going by the, kind of going out the window a little bit. From a lot of different reporting sites, are saying that it may not have quad core. And I originally said that I don't think they needed to do quad core in this iPad. It's just really no need for it yet, I don't think. But It'll probably be some souped up A5 processor. I think some people call it like the A5X or something like that. Something if it is dual core, it'll definitely be way faster than what it is now, and that will still be able to get you a lot of the different possibilities that you could possibly do with a lower power quad core. But the thing is though, people are wanting quad core in their cell phones and the tablets. Most people don't have a quad core laptop or desktop computer at home, which they probably use, to do heavy stuff and gaming and all that stuff. Most people don't even have quad core in their home computers, but they're going to be walking around with their tablets. I still think it's maybe just a little bit early for that. Until you can really, I really want to see what can you do with that quad core, and I think the souped up dual core would be just fine. It's 4 minutes away. Yeah, let's be. Get ready to get this thing rolling. Let's see some of the journalists that are hard at work. Oh, that's pretty doggone cool. That looks really cool. Look at this. There's another view from inside the place there. That's a pretty nice setup. I like that. I like that a lot. There's apple juices. All right, people, we're just a couple minutes away from Apple kicking things off. If they are going to be on time, then we'll be almost ready to go here anytime now. Any second. Hello from Pakistan. Welcome, everybody. Welcome from wherever you are watching in the world. Welcome here as we await. Again, the price point, I think it will stay about the same. Somebody said Miami sucks. I should put on my Miami Heat jersey here in a second. I think Steve will be mentioned because this is the real first event since Steve passed away. So, I think they'll definitely mention, definitely take a moment out for him. But yeah, this is the first event after Steve's passing. Apple keyboard is weird. I'm going to sync up this other one to it. All right, people, 10 seconds away. Yeah, oh, they already started. This event is already underway. He's already up there. Let me get this thing rolling here, people. All right, so Tim Cook is here. And he says, we're talking about a world where the PC is no longer the center of your digital world. And he's talking about the world of the products that are more personal and portable than the PC's ever been. So now they have, he's currently saying that he's talking about they have now 3 post-PC products The iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. I failed there. And so you continue to go. So this is kind of just like the teaser here. I don't think he's definitely not going to be talking about all three of those, those products. He's talking about how any company will be thrilled to have just one of those. I'm just getting my face in here, people. Oh. And see, so he's saying his post PC. He's saying all those devices they make up 76% of their revenues, which is crazy. That's a lot of money they're bringing in just from these devices here. And he's still just talking. Again, it's going to be a lot of just him yapping at the mouth. Okay, he's still just talking. Apple's really still just gloating at this moment, saying, "Look at us. We have all, we're making all this money from you idiots. Keep buying our devices." And I'm playing, not idiots, because I'm one of those idiots. If I was, I would call myself an idiot, but we're not idiots. When is it finished? This probably is going to be going on for at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. So we're going to be here for a little while. Okay, so he's still just talking. Hello, everybody who's just coming up, who's just joining us here as we start this live stream. Again, Tim Cook is on stage just talking about how Apple is being so successful with these mobile products that they're doing, and really, I mean, you can really see that they're getting rid of the entire kind of moving away from the desktops and laptops a little bit. Those definitely haven't been their primary sources there of income for a long time now. Talking about his retail stores, how the retail stores are doing great, are doing better and better. And I think Apple does have really I mean, you see Microsoft started to try to do some retail stores, which just failed really. But this is a look at I think it's the Grand Central Terminal. I think this is the opening for that one. I don't know. I may be mistaken. This may be in some other country. And this is one of their retail store openings. Just look at the type of people it is a Grand Central store. The type of turnout that they get from these events. So it's pretty cool. All right, so now they're just showing a video of the store or of the store opening, and so again, people, it's going to be for a little while. It's just going to be kind of boring. I'm about to go get my Miami Heat jersey here because I have a couple of my friends here talking trash about Miami Heat. I might go get that jersey here in a second. All right, so anyway, yeah, we're just waiting, people. Again, bear with us here until we get to the good stuff. Until we get to the good stuff. Give me some of the good stuff. That was Coming to America. Give them some of the good stuff. If anybody remembers that movie. Look at some of the journalists there as they tell the world about what Apple is doing. Nope, there isn't an Apple a live stream, so this is the next best thing, people. Apple is not live streaming this event. They don't really do that anymore, for some odd reason. They don't do it anymore. So again, they're still showing the video of their Apple Store openings. I'm pretty sure this will be on Apple's website after they finish this entire event. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so the video is done. He's finally back on stage, and we should be getting. I think he'll definitely start talking about the the App Store and its success, 25 billion. All right, now let's talk about iOS. That's what I'm talking about. So now he's getting into iOS now, so we'll be able to see what new things are going to be coming with iOS. They may give us a sneak preview. We don't know, a sneak preview of iOS 6, but definitely there should be some little micro update to iOS 5, maybe 5.1 that comes out. All right, so he said just in the last quarter, themselves, Apple has sold over 62 million iOS devices. That's going to be made up of the iPod Touch, the iPad, and the iPhone. So 62 million, that's crazy. And so now they're talking about their favorite new feature, which is Siri. And of course, they're going to hit all this stuff. Siri has been a really good selling point of the iPhone. Again, I haven't used Siri in a while, in a couple months at least. And I think it's mostly just for me, as he's still just talking about Siri, guys. But mostly just for me, it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of got to get in my daily rhythm. I kind of just stopped on it a little bit. All right, so now he's talking about how Siri sounds like in other parts of the country, from Australia to other parts of the country, other parts of the world, from Australia and different things like that. That kind of give you a look of the technology and advance in this voice recognition software that Apple is bringing to us. And it's talking about they're bringing Siri to Japan. How many people in here are from Japan? So they are bringing Siri to Japan now. Looks like the weather. Oh, that's Yahoo weather. I was about to say. Looks like the weather looks a little bit different. The weather widget. Now, one thing they could announce here, they could announce now developers are now going to be able to start, making widgets and things like that for the notification panel, which will be awesome. I think that's something they need to do. So Siri in Japanese part is iOS 5.1 today. So yes, iOS 5.1 will be able to be downloaded today, and then we at least know that Siri in Japanese, which a lot of people aren't going to care about, unless you're in Japan, of course, will be available today. So it's good news that we do know iOS 5.1 is coming out today. All right, now he's talking about the application store, the App Store, and so now they have over 500,000, exactly 585,000, or not exactly, approximately 585,000 applications in the App Store, which is insane. Which is a lot of freaking apps. And so, yep, they are talking about the 25 billion applications downloaded. And is my face taking up the thing? That'll be fine. Well, let me move my face down. I'll move me down to the bottom. How about that? Does that work? Is that better? So the, whoa, wrong way. Whoa. So he said the 25 billionth app was downloaded in China. And also now they're talking about iCloud. They have over 100 million iCloud users. Which is crazy because it's really good that the way Apple does it is with their devices that, a lot of other people have cloud computing. Microsoft had it for a long, long, long time. But Apple really gets people to start using it. It kind of forced you to use it a little bit. They really make sure you migrate over and start using their new technology or new whatever, even though you may not even want to. They're going to make you use it. All All right, so now iTunes in the cloud now supports movies. You'll now be able to re-download movies you purchased on any device, and movies and TV shows now support 1080p. So 1080p streaming is coming, and so that now is great, because now you know the iCloud, if you download a song, it'll download on everything. So now you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. You download the music, or download a TV show and things like that. Here we go. And now, yes, he's talking about a brand new Apple TV, guys. So new Apple TV is about to get talked about. So finally we're reaching that point. There's really rooming, just jumping right into it. It's only 11 minutes in, they already talked about the new stuff. It's a new Apple TV. We're still waiting to what he's talking about it. More likely it'll look like the same device. Yep, and the big thing, it does look like the same exact device here. There it is. And it now supports 1080p HD streaming. So that's something that we kind of already knew. Reduce my face with the video. Yeah, I can edit I had a preset for this that I did yesterday, but I accidentally deleted that preset. So yeah, let me crop myself here. Let me get me small. All right, let me get me small here, so I can kind of get out of the way a little bit more. But I like y'all being able to see me. I like that. All right, so now the Apple TV does now have a brand new interface here. So I'm gonna show you this interface right about now, which I think this is definitely welcome. So now it is a brand new interface for it, and so the new UI is 1080p. They said it's gorgeous. You can now get your iTunes playlist from iCloud right on here. And third-party applications are easier to get. So he's now showing, and this is not Tim Cook. This is, who is this? Eddie Q. Showing up Photo Stream. Here we go. J. Edgar. I actually like that movie, J. Edgar. I learned a lot by watching that movie. Moneyball was a great movie as well. Tower Heist, it was okay. So now, just like with iCloud and PhotoStream, if you take a picture on your cell phone and things like that, and you want it to, it'll be shared to all these devices now, including the Apple TV, and you'll be able to share those on your TV set and all that stuff. All right, so he's still just showing people the photos and different things like that. And we have another look at the, oh, this is nice. I like this. Well, this is not the one right here, but this one I'm about to show you now. And this looks awesome. I'm pretty sure this looks awesome on that big screen. This can really look good on HDTV sets here. So I like this interface. It definitely was time for the Apple TV to get a brand new interface, and this looks like it's going to be pretty solid. All right, so still just talking about the movies, things like that. He's showing something here that he said we're playing extremely loud and incredibly close, starting at the 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 55-second mark if you'd like to join. I don't know whether he's talking about some type of group streaming or what. If you're watching on a device, then you just switch over to the Apple TV, buffer right to where you last left off. I think that's what he's talking about. I don't know. That may be what he's talking about. I don't know for sure. All right, so we're still just talking about the movie. Nothing really special there. Let's Go Heat. decided I'll throw that in there. Take a little sip of my apple juice here. Yeah. So he's saying that's the new Apple TV, and we think you're gonna love it. Well, thank you. And this is a really ugly picture of the guy, Eddie Q. That's the new Apple TV. That's what he looks like. The way he's that's like looks like he sounds. But yeah. So anyway, new Apple TV, new interface, and 1080p HD streaming. So now we think now it's time to talk iPad. So now we get into what people came here. And the new Apple TV will be available on March the 16th, and I think that is the next Friday, the Friday after this one, and it's going to be $99 still. And you can get your orders in today, so you'll be able to buy the Apple TV on Apple's website. All right, today. So anyway, now to the iPad. He's talking about the iPad now. And again, going over some stats, 15.4 million iPads sold in the fourth quarter of 2011 alone. That's just nice. Very, very nice. He said that's more iPads than any PC manufacturer sold. As far as PCs that they sold, HP sold 15.1 million PCs total in that same quarter. But they said they're not sure of those numbers for sure. So that's not bad. But again, the iPad is 500. Some of those computers could have been, considerably more than 500. But it's still, for a tablet that people said was just a big iPod Touch, it did pretty good. And he's just saying that yes, it's a product that is less than 2 years old. And here's a quote from Tony Bradley from the PC World. You can read that. I don't need to read that for you. It's kind of hard to be in a world to imagine a world without having the iPad. Yeah, it is a little bit. No, not really. I'll be fine with my iPhone. No, I like the iPad. All right, so he's still just talking good things about it. And I would think we'll start getting to some new stuff here in just a second. And he said when we asked iPad users who had a notebook, desktop, and a smartphone about their favorite device for email, they responded iPad. So this is their favorite device for email. And they said the same thing for books. I do believe that, and I wish I was in college right now and had an iPad to get your books, the new iBooks and stuff like that just came out recently. Christo X-Score said, I don't have an iPad. It's not that hard to imagine. In the chat room there. And they're saying the same thing for web surfing and e-reading. Okay, Apple, we're done patting yourself on the back here. We know the iPad is the best thing for cooking. It's the best thing for car repair. It's the best thing for everything. Let's get to what's in the new iPad. And for playing games. This is pretty quick. They're going pretty quick. This is only 20 minutes in and we're already to the iPad. I think we may see something new here. They may have one more thing. It's only 20 minutes and already talking about the star of the show here. All right, so now he's talking about part of the reason that it's credible is the Credible Bundle apps with the iPad. There's over 200,000 applications that have been custom built for the big screen. And I think he's kind of hinting at now it's going to start showing some, like they like to do with these new iOS devices, they like bringing developers on board, Epic Games and things like that to show their new games that they develop for this new piece of hardware. So that should be coming up very soon. And he says you won't find these incredible applications on other tablets, which is true. In estimates, there were over 100 competitive tablets launched in the last year. You won't find the same experience, which is definitely true. Yeah, a lot of, I mean, there's some good Android, a couple good Android tablets out. The BlackBerry Playbook I really like, but neither one of them really have a good application marketplace or store or whatever you want to call it that's comparable to what you get with iOS. And I think that's one of the main things, one of the main reasons why I like these devices. So now he's showing the Samsung Galaxy Tab, kind of taking a shot at them, and showing up what the Twitter, I think he's showing the Twitter application, and just Twitter on there. Yes, it just looks like a blown up. Yeah, it doesn't look compelling at all. And now he's showing the so there are other different versions of applications and how developers are making them for the screen, size. Again, that's one of the benefits of having one screen size. Developers don't have to worry about what things look like on certain tablets and things like that. All right, so next talking about the iPad sales. I'm just showing a little chart here. And he says, everyone has been wondering who will come up with a product that's more amazing than the iPad 2. And he says, we are. So now they're getting ready to show the new iPad, people. Any second now. We should have pictures of the new iPad. And he has said the new iPad. I'm waiting for the update. And it's amazing. Here it is, people. The first picture of the new iPad right here. Looks definitely looks a little bit thinner. You can see that display is really nice. The display looks pretty nice in that doggone thing. New wallpaper. I like new wallpapers. That's really the only thing I came here for is new wallpaper. And I'm tweeting at the same time. I'm doing everything here, people. And so the taper, they said the taper looks a little bit different. It looks thin. And he said we're redefining the category of the new iPad here. All right, so we're still waiting for them to give us something new here. Oh, no home button? Does it not have a home button? Yeah, yes, it does have a home button. I'll show you that here. It does have a home button, as you can see from that picture. All right, so Phil Schiller is up, and of course, Retina display is confirmed. Phil Schiller, I really like him the way he does his presentations, and so it does have a Retina display, as you know, something we already knew. And it says until you see it, you just don't know how amazing it is. It does have a smaller port. It did look a little bit smaller. As far as the dock connector port, it does look a little bit smaller. And so Phil is on stage showing it, and he's doing a little zoom in of the Retina display now. Kind of just zooming in, showing you just how everything is clear, just crystal clear with this Retina display. And he says photos are just going to look amazing. I'm pretty sure they should. They should look amazing. All right, whoa, good gracious. All right, so it's going to have a resolution of 2048 by 1536. Nice. And it will have 3.1 million total pixels. Good gracious. There's still people with TVs that don't have that many. So it should look really nice. And I think the same reaction that you got when you first saw the iPhone 4, we probably should get that same reaction. So it has 1 million more pixels than HD TV. Don't you know, 1080p, 1920, but 1080. And say we're looking at 264 ppi, pixels per inch, and they talk about the iPhone 4 held at 10 inches away from your eyes. You can still distinguish the pixels, but even closer, the iPad is now well, with the iPad you can hold it at 15 inches away, and you'll be able to still look at the pixels. And now they're showing some interesting photos here. And I'm not really blocking anything. They're just showing you the distance from your eyeball to what you can really discern on the, you can really see on the screen everything clearly. Things should look nice. 44% greater saturation. I always like saturation. Saturation is good. And now they're doing a side-by-side comparison. I think the one on the left should definitely be the Retina display, the new iPad, and the one on the right shouldn't be. Well, yeah, I think that's true, yeah. And it quad-core, it will have a quad-core graphics. So we'll have quad-core processor, so that is confirmed. All right, so here we go. So it will have quad core. Let me go ahead and bring this picture up. I'm doing everything at once here. Just nice. Nice. So they're really going for it. So now they're saying that's the first new feature. That's it. This is only the first part they're talking about the new iPad. Now they talk about the iSight camera. Crazy. So we still have a couple more things here that they need to go over. They really, I wasn't really expecting them to totally do quad core, so they're really pushing everything out. Retina display, quad core, and they consider that just one new feature of this new iPad. If they can keep the same price point, this is going to be good. Oh, quad core graphics, I mean. Ah, shit. I should have said quad core graphics instead of quad core processor. Shit. Let me delete that. All right, so the new camera will have a 5 megapixel sensor. And so, yep, so it's basically the same camera that's in the iPhone 4S. Wow. Are they going to be able to keep the price point the same? All this stuff is kind of, how are they going to keep the price point the same? Anyway, so yes, so you can see the detail from this picture here. Basically the same you can get with a, let me delete this freaking tweet. I didn't curse. Somebody said I cursed in the stream? All right, so we'll have 1080p video recording with this new camera, autofocus and white balance, face detection, advanced optics with the IR filter. And I'll have all those, so now they're showing some video of some kids running on the beach with this new camera. Now hopefully it has that same image stabilization that's in the 4S, which is really, I think really sets it apart from a lot of other different cell phones. Not just the quality of the sensor, but that is true. That is true. Twitter guy, C-Man, Blu-ray King corrected me. Yeah, the iPhone 4S does have 8 megapixels. This one is just 5 megapixels. So I think everything else with I think whatever else they were talking about was very similar to it. But yes, you have corrected me. I am wrong. All right, so it does have the same image stabilization that you find in the iPhone 4S. It really makes it, stands it apart again from everybody else. When you're holding the phone or holding the tab, even though holding the iPad should be a little bit more steadier than with the phone, because you can really hold 2 hands with it. All right, now they're talking about voice dictation, which is going to be the Siri assistant is going to be added to it, more than likely. Here's a little icon for the 1080p streaming there. All right, so now just talking about the new iPad has the, of course, the keyboard and iOS, and now it has a little button down there with the microphone. So this is very similar to what we found with the, with everything else. So they're very. You think Soldier knows best? Knows nothing. That is true. All right, so now the 5th feature is 4G LTE. So voice dictation, which isn't Siri. So voice dictation isn't, they didn't confirm Siri on it. So I don't think it's really totally Siri yet. That's what I'm getting so far. But it will have 4G LTE. That's one thing they just did confirm. So voice dictation means you can just talk and then it'll type that text for you what you're talking about. So now we're going to see what carriers it's going to have it on. Definitely Verizon. Definitely it should have AT&T. It says 3.1 and on EVDO, 7.2 on HSPA. Actually, he's talking about the iPad 2. He's talking about the iPad 2. So now it's just going to some speed things here. Showing you some speed comparisons with the other guy, the iPad 2. All right, so here's a little chart showing you what you'll be able to get with LTE compared to everything else. This is going to be nice. And this is your down speed here. And that's going to be really nice. The one thing I'm covering up is EVDO, which is 3.1. That's the one thing my face is covering up for you. So now he's just showing a demonstration between the different speeds. And showing you difference that you can get. I'm really looking at what is going to be the price of this thing. And this is by far their fastest presentation they've done in a long time too. It's only 34 minutes in. They're already getting there. And so it looks like this is AT&T for sure. I think some people are looking at the icons at the top of the screen, and it looks like this is going to be on AT&T. It should be Verizon too. It has to be Verizon. Verizon actually was holding a teaser starting yesterday. I think it started yesterday or the day before, where they said something big is coming or something new is coming on their website. So again, people, no Siri, just voice dictation. So yep, and so it does have Verizon LTE as well. So then now they switched over to showing a I think a performance comparison now between Verizon LTE. And Phil Schiller is on board here showing us this. Now again, they're just giving me some demonstrations here. All right, so I think they've finally done showing you the difference in the speed comparisons on these different networks, 3G versus 4G. And I think, I mean, this is nothing new. We already know the speed differences between these things. Now they're just confirming it for the iPad. I think they're going to have one new feature that we haven't seen or talked about yet. Maybe they have to feedback or something will be coming here soon. They're getting through this pretty fast. They can do that one more thing, that'll be good. I'll be happy. Is the chat room refreshing? I think if the chat room isn't refreshing for you, if you click right down there, just click the regular link, it'll take you to the regular YouTube page, YouTube watch page. So this is all the other different carriers around the world that will be covering the 4G, or will be supporting the 4G speeds. Or I think most of them should be covering it. And so I think they are, with them saying this, I think they are confirming there will be different versions of it. So I think one of the videos I said before that I think they'll have one version of the iPad that'll be able to switch over between AT&T and Verizon, you know, their LTE. But it looks like that's not true. All right, so now the iPad will also be able to be its own personal hotspot if the carrier supports it. That's one thing they make sure. But they did say that all of them will also be 3G world ready as well. I think it's just the 3G variants of it. But the iPad can be used as a personal hotspot. And that's one thing that I was kind of alluding to, that I didn't know whether I wanted to get the LTE version personally myself, because I already have like a 4G hotspot. But if you're using the iPad as a hotspot, that would be good. And so he's saying the iPad has the most wireless bands that has ever been shipped in a device. So the iPad is really a world device. You'll be able to go around anywhere, almost anywhere, and be able to get on some type of internet connection. All right, so now they have this cool picture of everything that's going to be in the new iPad. I don't think we're done here yet. I highly doubt. I highly doubt that we're done. We're done just yet. Now, battery life. Yes. So they said in the iPad 2, they claimed 10 hours of battery life and 9 hours on if you're using 3G. Which I think most people using iPad, this is one thing you really had no complaints on. The battery life is still able to do it. Now it does have 10 hours. It still has the same battery life. So now it does still have 10 hours. And now on 4G, it will still have 9 hours. So that's crazy. So even on 4G, surfing on 4G, it will still have 9 hours of battery life. And somebody, if you can still hear me, I think the chat room on my page stopped. On this page, the chat room stopped. But yeah, but if you click down below, I know some people on my Twitter, if you click down below, it'll take you to the regular YouTube watch page, and then you'll be able to see it. All right, so $499. So the prices are confirmed: $499 for 16 gigabytes. So it's slightly heavier. It's 9.4 inches thin, but it's still going to be the same price point. That's good. That's the same. No word on the name for the iPad yet. I don't think they said the name yet. Did they say iPad 3 yet or anything like that? I don't know. I don't think they said that yet. So same battery life, same price point. Pre-orders will be starting today in the U.S., Canada, UK, France, Germany, Switzerland, and Japan. So y'all better get ready. Get your mice ready, and get ready to start clicking on that pre-order page. Let me actually load up Apple.com right now. I don't trust y'all. I think y'all might be leaving right now to go get ready in the pre-order. But yeah, the pre-order page is not back out yet. I don't think the store is still down. People keep correcting me on Twitter. It's 9.4 millimeters. Did I say inches? And so all of these will be launching on the same day. So on March 16th is when you'll be able to get your hands on this new iPad. I don't think they said, did they set the name yet? I don't know. I don't think I've saw the name yet. So March 16th. So the Apple TV and the new iPad will be launching on the same day. And they said all these stock applications have been optimized to take advantage of this this higher resolution screen. And I think now they should be showing us some type of some application demos. Hopefully, we will see. So March 16th, these are all the countries that it'll be launching at. Because I know I have people watching all across the world. On March 16th, this is where you'll be able to all these countries will be able to get it. And then on March the 23rd, here are all the countries that will be able to get your iPad. And it said, so all existing applications as well from all the developers, just not from Apple, will be automatically rendered in high res, is what they're saying. But developers will probably still want to go back and tweak them just a little bit to make sure they can look absolutely the best they can. So Namco. So now they're showing some demos now. So Namco is coming up, and they're going to show us some cool things here. And we'll see what they have for us here. So we have the price point. We don't have all the. Did they show all? Yeah, I think they showed all the prices. I don't think I showed you guys all the prices yet. Let me go back here and show you the prices. So it's going to be 16 gigabyte for $499. 32 gigabyte is going to be $599. $699 for 64 gigabyte. This is Wi-Fi. And if you want 4G, it will be $629. 4G devices start at $629 for 16 gigabyte. I think that's 16 gigabyte. Yeah, and then $729 for 32 gigabyte, and then $829 for the 64 gigabyte. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. So now they're showing off this new flight sim game called Sky Gamblers. Again, this is Namco, James Shelton. He's showing us some new applications. We may still have one more thing, guys. They may still announce one more thing for this iPad. You never know. But so we're still just kind of waiting to see. You don't have LTE in the UK? Really? People asking me on Twitter, does it have a USB port? Doesn't have a USB port. Other person does have Siri? Doesn't have Siri. It would just be voice dictation, which is really weird that it doesn't have Siri, to be honest with you. Because I don't see why not. All right, so now they're showing off some screens from Namco, showing off some screens from this new game that they're coming out with, and it's going to be really hard to do it justice from these pictures, but everything should look good in real life. Somebody asked me, how about Flash support? No, I won't have Flash. So this is some type of action fighter game, airplane fighter game here. And again, if you can't, again, Apple will have the video of the event up later on today, maybe around like 2 or 3 o'clock Central Time. They'll have it up. All right, so they're still just showing off the demo of the game. We're still just waiting for them to get done. So James is saying, that the person from Namco is saying, this is console quality. Console quality. And this is going to be coming out later on this month, and it's going to be exclusive to iOS. And so he's saying on the screen right now they have over 50 jets are dogfighting at once, 50 of them. It's just I really want to see this doggone game. And they said if you need to eject from the plane itself, you just shake your iPad and you'll eject. So now Autodesk, which makes this type of design company, Autodesk is coming up to show you some things. Well, they really stream these things. I guess Steve liked to talk a lot, huh? They really they really skimming through this thing. You are not alone. I am here with you. All right, so Chris Chung from Autodesk is still coming up talking about his new application, or their new application that's going to be coming out for the iPad 3 HD or whatever. Again, I'm trying to look in the chat room, but I still don't know if they even said the name of the freaking tablet. What's going to be the name? And somebody asked me the colors. I would assume it's still going to be in black and white as far as the colors. Somebody says, is it 5 megapixel for both cameras on the front and the back? I don't know yet. More than likely not. I think just the rear-facing camera will have that 5 megapixels on the iPad, the next iPad. All right, so this guy's still talking about Autodesk and Sketchbook. Not Sketchbook, but Sketchbook Inc. from here for all you artists, designers, or whatever out there. Isn't that a Siri icon? No, I think that's just their dictation icon, which I think they had a lot up for a while. So new iPad, from what it looks like, doesn't have Siri. They would have demoed it. It's still weird. Why doesn't it have Siri? They'll probably wait to bring that in the new iOS 6. They'll probably bring Siri over to the iPad or something, which is still weird. And YouTube chat box sometimes just doesn't refresh. I want to look in the chat room, chat with you guys here, but it's not always refreshing. So this whole YouTube live thing is still beta. I like to see what you guys are talking about, but it's not refreshing. And they say you can export images greater than 100 megapixels. It is resolution independent, so zoom in as far as you like. The flower he's drawing stays clean. So now you can create paintings in Sketchbook Pro and then import them. Yeah, I'm yawning too. All right, come on, Apple. Come on. Let's get through this. So again, people, you will be able to pre-order both the iPad and the new Apple TV starting today at some point. Times we just don't know yet. But once the store comes back up, it will be a mad rush to either, 1, watch the videos of the event, 2, pre-order, and 3, do whatever else you like to do on the Apple Store. And so this new application from Autodesk will be coming in April. It's going to be exclusive to iOS. All right, so get off the stage. We're done. I'm taking another sip of my one more thing apple juice here. Oh yeah, now we have Epic Games coming up. This is what I like. Epic Games always make some of the best looking games on the on iOS devices. So Epic Games is coming up, and they have an amazing new project. So it's not going to be Infinity Blade 2S or whatever. Which, even though, you know, I like Infinity Blade as a beautiful game, it just wasn't one of those games I can keep playing. All right, so they're getting up on stage. It shows a demo of that. And this is great, as Olivera411 says. For the same price point, they're giving you Retina display, better cameras, and really better processing, and it's just really up in the ante. It's really gonna make it hard for any tablet now to come out. And so now gosh darn it, now Infinity Blade Dungeons. So this is some other versions of Infinity Blade. I'm so sick of freaking Infinity Blade. I like the way it looks, but I think they can come out with something. They can come out with a whole new game or something. So anyway, this game is going to have you on a quest to craft the ultimate weapon, the Infinity Blade. We'll see what it is. Ah, well, look at this first little screenshot from it. Okay, I'm a little bit intrigued here. Infinity Blade Dungeons. Let's see what we got here. So they have HDR graphics and tone mapping. Nice. And so there's going to be a lot of good lighting. HDR graphics. It's cool. Still waiting for some more screen captures here. If you pre-order, would you be able to pick up in the store on March 16th? Yes, you'll be able to pick up. So I don't know whether they'll have it shipping. You could be able to buy it and have it shipped to your place. You may be able to still do that. I don't know for sure. We don't know all the details on that yet. They either said it or I missed it. One of the two, or they didn't say it. But definitely pre-order. I think you'll still be able to. You know what? No, you know what? Pre-order. I think pre-order is going to be in store only. I think, possibly. I don't think it'll call a pre-order if you just buy it and then they ship it to you. That'll just be a purchase, right? I don't know. All right, so now he's still just showing the Unreal Engine. We don't have any new pictures, anything like that up yet of it. But he's just showing the Unreal Engine, the new lighting, new effects when you chain attacks together and attack your enemies and things like that. Oh, I got some images for you guys. You can't really get a good sense of it, though. Again, these are screenshots from the game. It looks like a lot of smoke, a lot of particles, a lot of debris. Definitely looks something different from the standard Infinity Blade games. I'm going to type an over-the-top view here. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. But I can't really. But a new game that a game that is out now that's really going to take advantage of these graphics is Hanging with Friends. They say the yellow blocks are going to be even a little bit more yellower. You haven't heard that yet? That's breaking news right here from Soldier Knows Best. That was a joke. All right. So anyway, he's saying this has more memory or screen resolution than either Xbox 360 or PlayStation. What? He's saying that this has to. I don't get it. I don't know what he means there. What else we got here? All right, so they're still showing this game? Okay, I think the game is. So it looks like people in the crowd are really clapping at this demo. So this demo is probably, I'm not doing this demo enough justice because I can't see it. But they said it'll be coming soon, but the people in the crowd are really clapping for us. It must look really awesome for it to be played on a portable device like this. Alrighty, what else we got? What else you got here? Come on, Apple. All right, so now they're talking about the applications, the iWork applications. I guess they're getting redone for this Retina display or something. They're saying something is available today. They don't extremely get it. Also, there's going to be some stunning new 3D charts and animations. I don't care about this stuff. All right, coming to iWork and all that stuff. So the school GarageBand is going to be getting Smart Streams, Note Editor, iCloud, and sharing. And that should be interesting. So Phil Schiller is still on stage here. I'm pretty sure Tim Cook is going to come back on stage to end things off. So we may still have one more thing. We'll see. We may still have one more thing. That's what I'm waiting for. Can you get it from Best Buy? I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get it from Best Buy. Are you sure? Somebody said in the chat room, are you sure it's going to be iPad HD? So it is called the iPad HD. How's the back? Yeah, they haven't showed the back of the iPad yet. That is a good point there. Whatchamacallit? I don't think they have showed the back of the iPad. So that could be the one more thing that may be talked about. Oh, it's just called the iPad? Are you kidding me? Pirate Grayson? So Gray. So Gray said, it's just the iPad, huh? That's weird. So who was that said that? Yeah, the Vile guy, the Vil guy in R1 made a good point. He asked me in the little chat box here, how's the back look like? Man, I don't think they've shown the back of it yet. So the new GarageBand is coming today, new update. Now they're talking about the new iMovie. Let me update my pictures here for you guys. New iMovie, and it looks like a new icon. Oh, this looks cool. So he said in the new GarageBand 2, 4 iOS devices can jam in real time. So you know in GarageBand, you can have somebody playing drums, playing music, and things like that. And you've seen other applications have came out in the past, so now that's going to be in GarageBand, which I think is cool. And you'll be able to record that and do different things like that. So here's the new iMovie. What exactly is this? So it's definitely a new layout. So this includes advanced planning and editing tools. So you can kind of set different scenes that you will want before you actually go out and record them. Or if you're going to be importing media in, you can say, okay, I want these shots to be a running shot of this particular person. So it looks like you can actually plan that stuff ahead of time and get that there. So that looks nice. I still don't like the look of people holding an iPad to record. They showed it when they showed the camera, so they have showed it. So it's like somebody said they did show the back of it. So now they have different cuts you can do with iMovie, and they're looking at a trailer now, the new iMovie. So they're showing off some more video demos here. All right, so the new iMovie will be good for film people out there if you're going to be making a whole bunch of cool stuff. So that's the demo that they're showing now in the new iMovie. So it's going to be a free update. So all these things about iWork and iMovie, GarageBand, all that stuff is going to be free updates if you already own the application. And basically the price point will be the same if you want to buy it for the first time, $4.99. I think it's 10. I think it's $10 for like the other iWork stuff, I think. But there's a third in iLife. Huh. All right, so he said that's GarageBand and iMovie. What else he's talking about? Looks like something else he's about to drop the bomb on us here. And what is it? But there's a third in iLife. What could it be? iDVD? No, heck no. iPhoto? Yep, iPhoto. So now we have iPhoto for the iPad, and of course Apple says it is amazing. It is going to be revolutionary. iPhoto for the iPad. It gives you a this is fun. It gives you a great new way to browse through photos. See, only Apple can make something like browsing through photos a brand new experience. And that makes me laugh. So if you want to do even more with your photos, that's what iPhoto is for. I'm looking at what the settings you can be able to do with it. What other cool things? So it's basically going to be like a really cool photo editor, I think, that Apple's going to be introducing here. We'll see. Hopefully it's not just browsing. So you have new gestures, new effects, multi-touch editing, and you'll be able to beam photos directly between devices. Nice. So maybe something with iMessage. Did they talk about iMessage? Or, no, I don't know. They really didn't do any changes with that. So I'm assuming that if you have your own personal iPhone, you sync with the same account, or you'll be able to just send somebody, one of the people on your contacts list, you'll just be able to send them those photos directly to them. I guess, I don't know. All right, so here's a list of all the different features in iPhoto: smart browsing, multi-touch editing, professional quality effects, brushes, photo beaming, and photo journals. So now it's coming on stage now to do a quick little demo of iPhoto. So now we're at the 1 minute mark. And we have Guile on stage from Street Fighter here. We got Guile. And so now they're talking about the shelves and different things like that. Uh-oh. So looks like there is a bezel gesture that is happening here. So now I think he's showing, so maybe the bezel around the iPad may be interactive somehow now. We'll see. But looks like from the early reports, there's some type of bezel gesture here. And let me show you some of the new features here. Let me show you what this, let me get you updated with some pictures here real quick. So let me shut up here for a little bit. Kind of show you the look here. It looks cool. I like the interface of it. I must say it does look nice. Now, if they were to include like the iLife on the iPad for free, now that would be sweet. And I'll definitely be more like the Mac experience. You get iLife for free. But it's definitely something they don't need to do. It's not going to be that expensive. So one little feature they showed: by double tapping a single photo, it compares all pictures that look similar to it, and the application will find them automatically. Well, it looks like it should be a whole bunch of cool stuff going on with this new iPhoto. So it's not just a photo browsing experience, I guess. It is going to be doing some things with editing and things like that. So that's nice. I like that. Got a lot of details too about the photo here. Let me show you. Nikon 300S. I like it. This is nice. For all you photophiles or photographers out there, this is going to be good. This is going to be making you happy. All right, now he's talking about some photo sharing options that you'll be able to get. All right, so some of the photo sharing options, you have the journal, you have the camera. Well, of course, camera. Let me get out of that. So you'll be able to push it to iTunes. You'll be able to print it. You'll be able to do Beam, which is some new thing that Apple, I don't think they really talked about before. You'll be able to beam that to some other device now, some other iOS device more than likely. Twitter, Flickr, Facebook, slideshow, email. Doesn't isn't that called? Isn't it Android Beam? Isn't that Beam in an ice cream sandwich? I think it is Beam in ice cream sandwich. I think, right? People say I'm so. All right, so they're still showing off some different features you can do here in iPhoto. And they said the application supports up to 19 megapixel photos. That's pretty big. That's way bigger than most people want to go. And so what people are saying who are at the event itself, they're actually saying that the speed of the photo editing is really fast. So this new processing power and all that stuff, it's going to make things really fast as far as editing. All right, still just showing off features of the new iPhoto here. The official partner of YouTube. Somebody asked me a question in the chat. Facebook integration in iOS 5.1? Maybe not. That's cool. I'll show you this picture here. Shadows, contrast. This is nice. This is a lot. It just isn't some. Again, they made it seem like just some browsing application. This is going to be a full-on editor. I need to bring this over to the desktop. So you can touch and drag to brighten up dark areas and underexposed image. So you can just tap on a specific area instead of some applications you have to change the entire picture. And in this application, you'll be able just to tap one part of the picture and then it'll change the exposure and different things like that. So that's cool. And this is what it looks like when you want to zoom in and tap on just one part of it, one part of the picture. They really went all out with this. I was kind of slighting it before, but they really went all out with this thing. So they have live white balancing, looks very interesting, as people say. You can pan around the image with your finger to adjust your white balance. So, photo editors, yeah. Your day is numbered in the App Store. And just another photo here from iPhoto. They're really spending a lot of time. This is the first time we've seen iPhoto, so. Well, that is cool. So now they're showing off some other new effects that you can do with it. A la Instagram. So this looks like it will just be on the iPad, not going to be on the iPhone on all iOS devices like the other ones are. Okay, so still just showing some other things here from iPhone 2 on the iPad. I'm still waiting for the one more thing. That's what I'm waiting for. So look, somebody saying the main issue here is that the photos are still relatively locked on the iPad. Darren Murph from Engadget says. Yeah, because I don't think you have these same type. You don't have these same type of features in the iPhoto on the Mac, so I would assume so. Let's see. I mean, getting them to one of your iMac or something would be simple as beaming or email. I mean, that's not the problem. I think as far as you wanted to edit this in iPhoto on your desktop, I think that's where questions are coming in play. So again, people, if you're just joining us, Apple TV has been in the new Apple TV. TV has been announced today, 1080p, $99. You'll be able to pre-order today, I think. Still, the new iPad has launched, relatively the same prices. Besides 4G is going to be a little bit more. I forgot the exact prices, but the 4G variants will be more. But you'll be able to pre-order the iPad, the next iPad. I don't think they came out and said the official name for it yet today as well. Then also too, so the new iPad is going to have 1080p AC recording for the video cameras, Retina display, quad-core graphics, same battery life, basically 9 hours on 4G, 10 hours just regular life. And now they're showing off the different applications and software. So they're showing off the iPhoto, the new iPhoto application, iLife, and then Epic Games came on and showed off some of their demos and things like that. And so we're still at this point now where they're still showing off iPhoto. They're really, really proud of this. I think they should. It looks like a really full-featured app. So they're still showing this. So whether this will be available on the iPad 2, I'm pretty sure it should be. Whether this will be available on the iPad 2, we still have to wait and see. They'll probably announce that now, coming up very soon. So this is the new Maps application in there. And again, with these photos, you'll be able to share them. iCloud, Slideshow, iTunes. You know, Slideshow really is sharing. And he said this can also, what? Viewable on any browser. This can also be done on the iPhone. I don't think he's talking about the application though. All right, so anyway, that is it. And it's available today, so you can download it right now. So you can you'll be able to download the new iPhoto for the iPad 2, and I'm assuming iPad 1 today for $4.99. And then of course on on everything else on the iPad, the next generation iPad, whatever this is going to be, it's going to definitely look a lot better. So that is good news. And let me load up iTunes here. Let me go ahead and see. I highly doubt that it's in the store now. I think it's gonna be a lot of downloading today. A lot of stuff going on today. All right, so let's see what else we got. All right, so now they're showing a video of the new iPad here and all the software that runs on it. So they always like to do these little product demos and things like that. So they're doing one of these videos here just to show you everything. And iPhoto is not in there yet, of course. Okay, so they're showing some video there and guys holding the iPad and using it as for maps and directions and things like that, navigating somewhere. Okay, after this video, it's either going to be a one more thing or the event should be pretty much over. I think they covered everything they could cover with this new iPad. And it looks like they have confirmed that it's the same dock connector on the bottom like it's always been. I think they would have addressed that earlier in the hardware. So the same dock connector, home button is still there, better cameras, And yeah. This is the looks like this is the back of the iPad here. I think they still only showing like this one little spot. They haven't. I don't think they still have shown the entire thing, the entire back of it though, which is weird. So it's like somebody did demo. Darren said they said the third generation iPad really doesn't have anything towards the name though. And people at the event itself saying this video is pretty impressive. They like it. They like the way it looks. It's making the iPad look even more gorgeous. I can only imagine. Do I think there'll be a new smart cover? I think so. Smart covers were very successful for them. I think they made a lot of money on there. So I think they should have some type of smart cover. Some new smart cover would be good. Well, I think possibly it could be a brand new case itself. We'll see. Again, they're still showing this video. Kind of this video showing everything this new iPad can do. And this video will be available on Apple's website. And this entire presentation, the entire event will be available to download from iTunes as well later on today. Or you just be able to go to apple.com and watch the entire video if you want to watch it. It's talking about how amazing this display looks. And again, I remember that same feeling that I got when I first saw the Retina display on the iPhone 4, and I was impressed with it. NFC, I don't think it'll have NFC. They just really got some patents for NFC. I think we're still maybe a couple devices from Apple really putting that into it. It's really not. It's still not something that I think a lot of people are even aware of yet. Is NFC. A lot of companies still need a lot more companies to take advantage of it. So yeah, the fact that it can still get 10-hour battery life and all that stuff is awesome. All this new stuff they added into it. So I'm still debating whether I'm gonna get a 4G version of this iPad, whether I want the 4G version, even though I have 4G hotspots. That's one thing I'm still debating with myself here. Don't know yet. So they're still showing the video, guys. $4G or just regular? So when I do travel, I do use my MacBook Air mostly. The iPad is really just for entertainment. I may just get the 4G for review purposes, of course. All right, so still nothing new yet, guys. We're still waiting for them to come back and officially either close the event or hit us with one more thing. We will see. Let's see what they've impressed us with. That is the rear-facing camera. Is that the band for the 3G signal at the top there? So it doesn't have like the entire band that goes over the top. It's just that little thing there now. Huh. Alrighty, so people look there. They said it looks like it's wrapping up. Oh, well, and they said the iPad 2 is staying on sale. Here we go. Now they're about to talk about the price of the iPad 2. So if you don't want the iPad 3, you don't need all this latest stuff, the iPad is dropping down to $399. So the iPad 2 is dropping down $100 for the Wi-Fi version. And so if you don't need the latest and greatest, you want to save $100, you can still get the iPad 2. Which is still not a bad device at all. You just won't be getting a Retina display, cameras that you're probably not going to use anyway. and 4G variations and better graphics. So, which I think a lot of people still be fine with the iPad too. But for $100 more, you can really. All right, so here are different the price comparisons here, a little price chart, and let me move my face out the way here. So there are the prices. There you go, and at the bottom there it looks like so it's not going to be Wi-Fi 3G models. It's just going to be Wi-Fi and I guess 4G LTE / 3G models or whatever. But anyway, those are the prices of them. That's what I'm assuming. I think that's it. And so the new iPad, still waiting for the name. Are they just going to call it the iPad now? I know my face is off of the screen. So it's just iPad. You know, if they just call it, it's the iPad. That would make sense, right? I don't know, but the iPad one, yeah, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it looks like it is. It's just a new iPad. That's it. Which is simple, which makes sense. You know, to have all these different things. It's the new iPad. But people still would have to make a difference between whether it's the second generation or third generation, because if you want to sell it or something like that, you got to make that distinction with it. So, nah. Apple's will says, just everybody shut up. We're just calling it the iPad. That's it. It's just the iPad. Like Deion Sanders isn't called Prime Time anymore, just Prime. That's what Apple just did. So now I think they're showing off a new commercial for the new iPad, which will be coming to your TV set soon. I gotta update my Facebook too for all my Facebook friends. (16th to 17th). Okay, so the video is done. And that's it. So that's it. So nothing else new with the iPad. So 2012, this whole new little graphic there. So it looks like that is it for the new iPad. No one more thing, nothing like that. That is about it. And I think so. I think that's what it is. Let me make sure. There's another little picture here. Yep, and that is it. So the event is done. So everything about the new iPad is done. Let me switch over my let me get back here. I can see clearly now. And let me get back up here. Matter of fact, let me just get rid of that. Put that back on there. All right, so that's all the details about the new iPad. So there's nothing, no one more thing, nothing like that. But I think from what I got from it, this is a very solid update. And as long as they keep the price points the same, and I think that's the most important thing. I mean, nobody can complain about the price being the same, but you're getting all these new features in it. So I think everybody pretty much hit dead on that was supposed to happen. The Retina display, the 4G LTE, price point staying relatively the same, battery life still being impressive. and cameras being upgraded. So those are the big things there, and quad-core graphics. They still didn't say quad-core processors for everything, so this said quad-core graphics. So it's kind of, I don't know. We got to see exactly what details come out of that. But I think this is a pretty solid update that I think most people will be fine with. And then with the iPad 2 dropping down in price $100, not a bad deal at all. Maybe by the holidays, the price will even drop a little bit lower. I think you still have either a good choice between the iPad 2 or the iPad 3. And so what I'm getting ready to do now, going live with Revision 3 and Patrick Norton and some other great people, part of Revision 3 guys. I'm going to be getting ready to go live there. And I'm going to be able to get you the link for that if you want to check it out. And also, if you can't make that, I will be making my entire recap video here right after I do that. It's going to be pretty busy, pretty close. But right after I do that, I'll be doing my recap video over everything, giving my opinion about it. And then I will be also doing my live show later on tonight, guys, at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, and 3 p.m. Pacific time, where I'll be answering your questions, talking to you guys personally via your webcams or whatever camera you want to use. I'll be talking with you directly about everything that happened today and other tech news as well, if you want to talk about things, anything you want to ask me. And yeah, so let me get to the URL to you guys here. So we're going to have Prager on the show, Callie Lewis, me and Ty Moss, Lamar Wilson, Mauricio. We're going to have a lot of cool people on this show here. And with Revision 3. I think it's going to be nice. It's not going to be too long of a show. I can see clearly now. So video's on the site. Somebody said the video's already on the site, is it? Yep. If you go to apple.com now, you'll be able to see the iPad video. Look, God darn it, that screen looks nice. And you can pre-order right now too, guys. Oh, nope, you can't. The pre-order button is there, but if you press it, it still goes to the store, which is coming soon. And I can actually show you. We can show you. And I can actually show you this video here, guys. We're going to watch the video together for the first time. How about that? You want to do that? Why not? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Go ahead and watch this video, guys. I think I can go full screen for you. Nope, I don't think I can go full screen.
We believe technology is at its very best when it's invisible. When you're conscious only of what you're doing, not the device you're doing it with. An iPad is the perfect expression of that idea. It's just this magical pane of glass that can become anything you want it to be. And that's why so many people in so many different places are using it for so many different things. It's a more personal experience with technology than people have ever had. And now, with the new iPad, we're elevating that experience by dramatically improving the fundamental elements that define it. We gave it a powerful new A5X chip for stunning graphics, a 5-megapixel iSight camera with our state-of-the-art optics, the speed of 4G LTE. We created amazing new software that redefines what you can do with music, movies, and photos. And all of this is brought to life on the Retina display, the highest resolution display ever on a mobile device.
The display is what the iPad's all about. So when you enhance the display, you enhance everything. And the Retina display on the 3rd generation iPad is just spectacular. It's got a resolution of 2048 by 1536. That's 3.1 million pixels, 4 times more than the previous iPad, and over 1 million more than what's called high definition on other devices. And we've packed all these pixels into a display that's just 9.7 inches. But engineering it wasn't as simple as just jamming in more pixels. A pixel is made up of red, green, and blue subpixels, with a signal telling each one when and how much to light up. That's how colors are created. But when you squeeze 4 times the pixels into the same space, signals can get crossed, colors become distorted, and images get fuzzy. To solve this, we had to elevate the pixels onto a different plane and separate them from the signals. It's a major breakthrough, and it's the key to making the pixels so small and so close together that the human eye can't even distinguish them. So type looks razor sharp, and you'll see details in photos that you never knew were there. A wider color gamut brings out even more detail and gives you colors that are incredibly rich, deep, and vivid. This isn't just the most advanced display you've ever held in your hand, it's the most advanced display you've ever seen.
The iPad is known for its fluid graphics performance, but because the Retina display has 4 times the pixels to drive, you need a lot more power. So when we designed the new A5X chip, we gave it quad-core graphics. It makes everything we do feel really fast and smooth. And it's so efficient, the new iPad still gets the same great 10-hour battery life. To go with a beautiful display, we added a new iSight camera. It takes 5-megapixel photos using the same advanced optics we developed for the iPhone 4S. And it shoots gorgeous 1080p HD video at up to 30 frames per second. But one of the biggest breakthroughs in the new iPad is its next generation wireless technology. It works with more bands than any mobile device ever. So it connects to more of the world's fastest data networks, all the way up to 4G LTE. With all the amazing technology built into the new iPad, we had an opportunity to create...
All right, guys, you can watch this video later on. And I actually have to... All right, guys, so what I'm about to do now, I'm about to go live here. I'm about to put the URL in the chat, and I'm going to tweet it out as well. I know the chat box on here on YouTube has been just crazy. It's on here. It's actually here on YouTube itself, so I don't really need to put out this URL. So if you go to Rev3Tech, on the YouTube channel, Rev3Tech, REV3 Tech, here on YouTube. You'll see the live stream going on right now. So I'm gonna be hopping on there just for a little while, guys, to talk and give my opinions with some other tech experts here. And we're gonna get this show on the road. So anyway, guys, I'm about to end my official stream right here. I think I do need to end it. Let me see if I can probably still. Yeah, I need to end this. Y'all need to go over there. So go to Rev3 Tech, and you'll be able to head over there. And we'll be to get things popping over there. How about that? All right. So anyway, guys, again, thanks for coming out for the live show. And I think I didn't post the video. Post that. Anyway, guys, thanks for coming out for the live show. I hope you guys had a good time. And it was always fun covering these type of events. I really appreciate all you guys coming out for it. So again, I have some video recaps coming up very, very soon, about an hour and a half or so of the entire event with my own personal opinion. And I'll be seeing y'all later on today. Again, I'll be doing my normal live show on Vocal.com. I'll make another announcement at the end of my video today and tweeting that out as well with the link to go to that. And you'll be able to actually talk to me and ask me questions and things like that. So anyway, guys, I'm ending this stream. If you missed anything, the recorded video of this will be coming up very, very soon. And thanks for watching, guys. And I will catch you later. Peace. And how do I end it? How do I end it? Awkward. I should have had this ready. I think I just need to stop my stream in Flash Media Coder. That's what I actually need to do. But for some reason, I'm going here in the live event section here. All right, so anyway, guys, I'm officially done. Peace out.